What's going on, guys? Welcome to the next video on C++, and welcome to the Croyawood. Um, in the last video we have done our do while, and we said that the difference between while and do while is that while checks the condition first. If it's true, it goes ahead, and do while, it does everything whatever it needs to do before the checking the condition if it's true. So while, if its condition is true, it goes ahead, otherwise it won't. So it's very useful if you guys doing a game, or if you guys developing an app or something that you want to check the condition if true. So basically it's while true, so that's how you run with the while. So in this video we're gonna make this a little bit complicated. So I'm gonna, in the last video we have done our integer numbers with our attempt, how many attempts we've done, and I mentioned that this randoms inside the C++ STL is a random, is a inbuilt function. It's a prototype inside C++ STL, and we use the CST standard library that's inside this. This is already inbuilt function, we don't need to do anything, and we generate a number with this one. So if you guys use just rand, you're gonna get the random number, but in our case, because we wanted to go to till 20, from 1 to 20, that's how we use, that's how you guys use this random number. So it gives you from 1 to 20, because I don't want to go there like print 10 digits. You cannot guess a number with 10 digits, or million or billions something. So there is no way if you can guess that number. So if we can guess not that number that long, then there is no use doing this do while loop, because that's if it goes random number. So in this video we're gonna make a little bit complicated this game, and we say that we at the end I'm going to show you guys what's the range of this rand function inside this C++ STL or CSTD library. Alright, so there is another function called srand. Srand is also initializer. It is in srand is also inside CSTD. srand, you guys see that's already inbuilt function. It's inside this CSTD library, and we can use also srand, but srand takes this rand, one sec, this rand takes no argument, takes no parameter inside here, but srand takes parameter of time. So that's the difference. We can put an unsigned int inside the srand. So srand takes a parameter, and we can use it with the time, but rand's got no parameter. So I'll show you guys one sec, because I'm gonna clear everything. Okay, that's it, main. What I'll do, because I'm gonna come back the same layout. So okay, so we do this. So if we put a C out, because the rand is also in here, we can here the generated number is, and all right, so we say rand, we use the rand function, and we end the line. All right, let's see. Okay, so if you guys can see, the generated number is 1804289 3383. there is no way you guys can guess this number. It's impossible. Even if you guys supercomputer, it might take you days and months, and maybe 10 supercomputers, it might take them long time. So as I explained, that this range comes by itself. You don't need to, it doesn't take any parameter inside. The parameter goes here, and it's inside, it's already in built function inside this cstd library. And we're going to use another function. I'm going to go back, which is srand, and srand is also inside this C++ STL C++ library. The problem with this do while, I'm going to save it and I'm going to run it. Okay, so because I've got to put this srand. Okay, there is another srand here, as I was explaining. So from, please guess number from 0 to 20. Say we put 3. You guessed it wrong. So please enter number from, say our number is lower, we go 5. Our number is higher, so we know it's 4. Yeah, so if you put a 4, you guessed it, your number is fine. So but the problem is, we want the user, we want to play a game and tell the user you've got a 5 attempt or something. So how we do that? And at the end, we don't want to say here it exits as soon as say if it's the number is 4. So again, it's generate us the number 4 as previously, because it generates only one number. And as soon as we guess it okay, then it says that it wants to get out, and if you press something, it get out. We don't want that. We want the user to continue playing. So how we do that? So we go here and we use include, because we want to include time as well. So if include C time, because the srand function takes argument of takes parameter of time. That's how we're gonna do that. So we've got an int number, we're gonna modify the same program, and we're gonna do a little bit changes, and we go step by step to see how we can change this. We leave this number in attempt, we leave it there. We already include C time, and we leave this number and attempt here, and we gonna use something else, character, and we already explained the character is char. We use as cont, and we put a C inside. Cont is when continue. The reason I'm not gonna put a continue, because continue is also inbuilt function, and we don't want to use that. So we use this cont, say, so for us to remember that this is a function for continue. All right, so we're gonna remove, we're gonna see this one where we can use this, and I'm gonna comment, or I'm gonna leave it here. So now we've got a character of continue, and cont is equal to C. So what we do is that we use another long, and we know long is for second, and we put name it sec, and we use time as well, time, and we reference to time our second, which we already put it there. And after that, we use our function srand, as I mentioned before. Srand, as you guys see, that we use it unsigned, unsigned, and that unsigned is sec. Okay, so I'll repeat again. We've got a character count. We can't use continue because continue is already in print function, and we've got a name sec because that's for seconds, and it's long data type, that's a variable sec, and that variable sec, we reference the time to this variable sec, and our srand, which is inbuilt function inside the C++ STL CSTD library, standard library, and is unsigned sec. And previously we've seen that unsigned goes from 1 all the way up. It never goes empty, because the second this srand, we want this to put a parameter of unsigned. We don't want the integer or any other value, because it goes negative. Alright, that's srand function is already inbuilt function inside C++ STL, and that's the parameter it takes. That's how you guys put it. You guys can put anything here, any other things. You guys can put any other thing, as long as you guys declare it here and put a reference here. So alright, so how we do that? The first thing we do, we leave everything here, and we're gonna modify this later on. I'm gonna put a comment. So I'm gonna leave this one here, but here instead of do, we're gonna put a while again. We put a while. Alright, so because I'm gonna make you guys familiar with this while, so you guys get used to it. While count is double equal to C. While this is, while if you guys press this C for continue, and we come here and check again, and we put it on top. At the bottom we put a do, and inside after this do we put a cin dot get. We put a cin dot get, and we're gonna reference that count, because we're gonna get the count. That's what we're gonna do. And while we put attempt is not equal to number, we put a count. We're gonna remove this. Count is not equal to, count is not equal to C and end count is not equal to F. Alright, so this our program is going to continue if the user presses this C to continue, or F to finish. So that's how our program continue, and this while is going to do it. The magic is here while, when the user reaches to end of the game and the user encounters this C, we're going to ask the user what do you want to do. So if you want to continue or not, so what we do here is C out, and here to play press C, or we can put a capital so the user can see. To play again, press C, or to finish, to play we put a capital here, and to finish press F. So that's what we're gonna display this to the user, and we put an endl. Okay, so now looks like we have done our basic frame. I don't think it's gonna work now because it's not a complete. Okay, so what we do, because we don't have C in attempt, because we don't have the random number. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll try to continue. I don't think it's gonna go ahead because it's gonna give us error. Yeah, because it's gonna give us error. That's what I was thinking. All right, so Okay, this is gonna come all the way here. So what we do is that we leave this here. We'll check. We've got our do while here, and okay, we come here. So let's see. We've got a see out, play, finish here, while, and we gonna check again, and we do while here. So if the number here you guessed it right, and this one's here, this while's here. Let me see. We've got a number is equal to srand, and we're gonna put a comment here. So this while is gonna come all the way here. So what if we put this while here, we're gonna put the while here to see if, yeah, so that one's okay now. So that was the problem solved. 0 to 20, say we put a 4 because we already know it's 4. And now this says to play again, press C, or finish, press F. So now our program is continuing. See, as you guys notice that as I said before, when we started, the program was terminating whenever we guessed it okay. But now, as we know already, that program is not terminating. When we press C, it goes back. So I press again 4, and it says again, because I know that the 4 computer is already generated 4, and computer is still stuck with the 4. So so what I'll do is that I'll press C, or if I press F, see, the program terminated. So excellent. Our while loop is in action. So the very easy to create this. Just to create character, and just put any character C, or you can put R, or replay, or play P, anything you guys can put, as long as you guys put it here that while continue is equal to C. And we're gonna loop this because it's true, because the users gonna do this one, and we're gonna get this continue, whatever the variable, which is C. And then we say while if it's continue, if it's not if it's C, or if it's not F. If it's C, then you go back, otherwise you finish the loop. So that's how easy is that. All right, so then as we said that we want that guess number between 0 and 20. Yeah, that's fine. So, and we say, as we mentioned before, that we say that you have 5 attempts. Say, for example, you'll be telling the user you have 5 attempt, because in our last program we didn't put any attempt, but now we want to let the user know that he or she has got a 5 attempt. All right, so we come down here and we go and copy our number, because we already said that we're gonna remove that, and we're gonna bring it here, and we're gonna put it here, because now our our random number is gonna generate till 20, from 1 to 20, and gonna assign to this variable, which is number. All right, so now we're gonna put another two variable here. You guys can put it on top, which is boolean. We said the boolean is true or false, and we say if the number is found, and we put it on false, because we don't want to put it on true. If you put it on true, it's not going to continue. And we put a int count. Okay, so now we've got another two variable. We say if the user found the number, and how many gonna attempt. You guys can put anything. You guys can put a count or attempt, or we already put attempt, so you guys can put anything here. That is no problem. So but as long as you guys know that this two is a variable, okay, that's a boolean data type, and that's integer data type. All right, so but the other fun thing is that we've got another while. We're gonna test the thing again. So we came all the way here, we put another while not found, because our number is not found, and count is less than 5. So if the use is not found, or the count is less than 5. Okay, so what we do inside this, if so, as we said, that the while is going to check the condition if it's true, and it's gonna go ahead, otherwise it's not gonna go ahead. So we put a two condition: if it's not found, and if it's less than 5. Otherwise, if it's between these two. So that's how you gonna do something. Otherwise, don't do anything. Okay, so what we do is, where is our where was our I think I put something here, attempt. Okay, so what we do is that we put a sync. I'm not sure where I put my sync. Okay, cin dot sync. We're going to synchronize it, which is already, you guys know that it's in built function, and we put a cin. We're going to clear it. It's also in built function. So if it's not found, and if it's less than 5, we put a synchronize the cin, and we're gonna clear it. All right, and then immediately after that, we put a cout, not count, cout. Okay, here we increment our count. Okay, so we increment the count, and we say how many times you tried. And so now we incrementing our time, how many times the user is trying, and we say here tried. So how many times you tried. Okay, so now we're moving down, and we put our condition, the same condition here. So we put this cin here, this cin attempt, okay, and then now we put our if it's greater than, or if this one, we're gonna copy that and we're gonna put it here. We're gonna put it here. Okay, so if our whatever the number we put it, attempt here, we're gonna count, we're gonna increment every time the user's trying. It goes in a loop. So if the user tries once or twice or 3 times, it goes in the loop. And so every time it's synchronizing and clearing, and every time it's gonna count as how many times the number 1 try, 2 try, 3 try, 4 try, 5 try. Okay, if not, if after 5, then it's gonna come to conclusion that you cannot guess. Okay, so if the attempt is greater than number is higher, if attempt is less than the number, your your guess number is lower. And at the end, the else part, now we gonna, because we put a boolean there, we put a found is equal to true. So now our found is gonna be equal to true, because here we initialize it as found is equal to false. But if any of these things like happen, and then the found is going to be true, then the found is going to be true. All right, so what if the user can't find it? So if not found, what if the user cannot find it? So now we come to the end part. If the user cannot find it, what we're gonna say, then here we put a if the number is equal to attempt, is exactly same thing as if not found, because if the user cannot find, we're gonna get rid of this. Okay, so here we say we won. Okay, because if you cannot find it, then we say we're gonna display message that we won. The number was, and we're gonna display number to the user. So what was the number? We initialized it from 0, and we're going to display the number. All right, so after we display the number, then the else part was yay. We're gonna say yay, you won. Okay, so there's a few while here, so I want you guys to get a good grip on while. It's the same thing as number guessing game, but the only problem is that while continue is equal to C, if the user presses C, it goes straight here back, and it's going to do another loop here, and we're going to get the continue as well, which is C if the user presses C. There is one check here, and another check here is if, because attempt 5 and the computer is already going to generate a number from 1 to 20, and we're going to put another 2 variable immediately after that. Found is equal to false, we're going to initialize it false, and in count we're going to put a count, our number, or you can put anything you like, and we initialize it to 0. While we put another while, we're going to check the condition if not found, and count is equal to 0, then we're going to start our loop. So the loop is C in, we're going to synchronize it, then we're going to clear it, then we're going to increment this count, because if we initialize it from 0, and we're going to display you try once, 2, twice, 3 times, and then with the C in we're going to get the attempt, how many times user is trying, and if the attempt is greater than the number, we're going to display this. If attempt is less than the number, we're going to display this, and else. If found is equal to true, then that's it. If not found, then we say we won, the number was, and we're going to display the number at the end. And if the user won, we say yeah, you won, and that's it. After that, this message is going to be displayed that you want to play again or not. Alright, let's see. Alright, I'm gonna put it here. So that's the first try. So our I'll repeat here again, because this loop is in action and the number is less than 5 because we just started, and here it's incrementing this count here because we initialize it to 0. You tried our say we put a 3. Okay, your guess number is lower. Second you try, because that second is coming before this immediately after this lower. So here we need to put a next line here. Your number is lower. We put a next line here, or higher. We put a next line again because you want that one to come in next line, and anything after that we want a next line again. Your number was V1, so we want to see how many next line we need. Okay, you tried, and that thing comes here. You tried, we don't want the next line here. Okay, so we close this. Okay, so I'll make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so you tried, say we put a 4. Your guess number is higher because initially, if you guys remember, it was 4, but now it changes. So your 3, yeah, you won, and this says to play again press C, otherwise to finish press F. So if we press C, and it goes back to the loop. So there our game is finished. So if you put a 10 this time, so that computer has already generated another number with srand, which is inbuilt function in CSTD library, and they say your number is lower. It's not a 4. If you guys remember, it was 4 before. Okay, so your number is 10 is the lower, so we go with 12 is lower, so we go with 15, still lower, so we go with say 9, because I want to show if it's 5 attempt. We go with 7. Your guess number is lower, V1, the number was 19. That's a cool game, yeah? So you guys learned today the nuts and bolts of making a little bit complicated games. So we make it, say this time we put it for 19 is higher, then we put 18 is higher, then we put a 15 is higher. Oh my god, I don't know, maybe 11 is higher. Okay, your guess number is higher, the 5 try, which is the last try. Okay, so we put 8. Okay, the number we won, the number was 4. The computer generated number of 4. So yeah, so I hope you guys like this little mini game, which till now you guys have been doing the small bits and a few lines, but now I'm trying to introduce like a little bit technical, complicated game for you. So we try again. So you guys put a first try. So what we put it to, your number is lower, so we go with 5. Your number is higher, so we know it's between 2 and 5, so we go 4. Yay, you won. To play again, press C, or finish, press F. So if we play C again, it goes back. So you say you try, you tried, say we put a 12, your number is higher, so you put a 10. Your number is higher, so we put a 12, your number is still higher. How about 10? Your number is higher, then we go 8, your number is higher. We won. The number was 6. So you guys notice that the computers every time playing game with us, which is it is of course it's a game, you know, so computers generating the number, but not a 8 digits or 10 digits number, but just from 1 to 20. Yeah, so if you guys want, I'll repeat again, but I don't think it's, because I repeat that nearly 5 times already. So it's I think it's a pretty cool game. You guys can try this, you can play with each other, and yeah. Alright guys, that's it for this video. I hope you liked the video, and I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.